Today we're diving into a topic that's top of mind for many parents, planning your child's future education. WA 529, Washington State's education savings plans, help families prepare for the rising costs of education, whether that's college, technical school, or even paying out student loans. Luke Miner, Senior Director of Washington's Saving Plans, joins me now. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on.
Amazing. So why is it important for families to save for their child's higher education?
There's a few reasons that are really important. For one, it is getting ahead of those costs you were talking about and ultimately reducing future student loan debt. Student loan debt in our country is at $1.7 trillion. And our goal is to help families get ahead of that so they rely less on loans and more on savings to fund what we know are those large expenses. And importantly, when you start saving when a child is young, it also creates help build a college-going identity for that child. Studies show that children who have a college savings plan in their name and know it are 3 times more likely to go on to graduate high school and to go on to college. So it's not only the amount of money you're saving to offset those future expenses, it's really about beginning that journey and that story and that conversation with your child.
That makes perfect sense. And tell us about, I understand there's 2 education savings plans that WA 529 offers to Washingtonians.
Right.
We're going to start with the GET plan, right? So walk me through this one.
All right, so I'd call GET the OG plan for
okay.
WA 529. So it's been around since 1998. It's a prepaid tuition program that you buy tuition units that keep pace with rising costs at our public institutions in the state. And it's really about providing peace of mind for families. You're prepaying a future expense, so you don't have to worry about the ups and downs of the stock market. You just know that if you plan for a certain amount of tuition, you have that covered in the future. But the good news about the program is, despite it being tied to tuition, it's flexible in how you can use it. You're not just bound to universities in our state. You can go to community college, technical school, you can go out of state, private colleges. You can even use it for apprenticeships, various professional licenses, and that sort of thing. So it's many people misperceive that it's actually very flexible in how you use it, despite it being tied to our state public tuition.
Amazing. And the other option is the INVEST plan, right?
That's right. And so that offers more flexibility for families. So your savings are going into market-based investments, and so that goes up and down as investments. With investment performance, but it provides varying portfolios, whether you're on the conservative end of the spectrum or you're really aggressive and want a growth-oriented portfolio. It just provides flexibility. And the great thing about these 2 programs is you can participate in both. In our household, we have a 5-year-old daughter who's actually getting ready for kindergarten, and we're actually using both plans to save and keep chipping away over time at those future costs she's going to have.
And you can start anytime too with these.
That's right. So the best time to start really is when a child's born or before, but it's never too late to start saving either. We just want families to be aware of this early and start making a game plan early, because as we know, when you make your plans, you're more successful in the end with the amount you're going to be able to save, and ultimately, again, just getting that child in that mentality that they're doing something after high school that's helping them become career ready.
Yeah, and why is using a 529 plan better than, say, like a regular savings account that you would get through your bank?
The primary advantage of a 529 plan are the tax benefits. So all your savings grow tax deferred and are completely tax free when you use it for qualified higher education expenses. And as we talked about, it's not just college, it's community college, trade school and technical school, apprenticeship programs. You can even repay existing student loans for yourself if you've taken those on for your own education in the past. So it's really flexible in how you can use it. And many families also don't realize that you can use it for K-12, private school tuition expenses. So we're seeing families use it for all sorts of reasons. It's really flexible in how you can use it, and there's most of the time there's a good purpose that someone's able to put these funds towards.
Yeah, because sometimes you think, who is this plan for? But it feels like it's pretty much for everyone the way that you're describing it.
And it's really grown over time. The benefits used to be more limited, but over time, through federal regulations, they've gotten more and more broad because they recognize that every student has a different pathway to what career they want to do. My daughter currently wants to be an artist, a veterinarian, and and 3 or 4 other things at the same time. But whatever she decides to ultimately pursue, this fund can help her pursue those things and provide that peace of mind.
Thank you so much for this information today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Yes. And for more information about both 529 plans, including comparisons and financial calculators, just go to the website that you see right there on your screen.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by WA 529, Washington Education Savings Plans.